Can you remember like back when you're scrolling Instagram, maybe on YouTube, and you just see this like little energetic, like Harry Potter looking kid, and you're like, I'm going to click on this thing and be like, who's this Tom guy?
Your first Tom experience, do you remember?
Yeah, I do. I do remember it. I remember out of nowhere, a bunch of people on Instagram were hitting me up, Gem, you got to check out Comic Tom. You got to collab with Comic Tom. You got to see Comic Tom. And I was like, who is this Comic Tom everyone's talking about? So I checked him out, and I really liked how you were doing content on YouTube, but I feel like you were also doing video content on Instagram stories. And even to this day, you're always kind of doing the little bit of the extra, you know? And I was like, okay, this guy's kind of got like a thing. I already saw in you what other people were seeing and what many people would see to come. Like, yo, this guy's got something. So we did like a FaceTime call.
That's right, yeah, on your channel.
We did it on my channel live. So it was like, you guys want me to meet Comic Tom? Let's just do it live, baby.
Really?
We went live on IG, and I'll tell you what, I was in the parking lot at FP&L. I was on a lunch break. And I had my phone in my phone holder that would go to the window because I would actually go live on IG driving to and from work sometimes. But I had it there, and we talked until my phone, I guess it got too hot in the sun.
Oh, my gosh,
and it cut right off. You remember that?
I remember that.
I ended up getting with you after that, like, hey, listen, my phone fried. Like 45 minutes later after it came back to life, it did something I never seen it do. It had like diagnostics checks running, like,
just
yo.
like overheated.
And I think I was like, yo, your iPhone can overheat, apparently. I never knew that was a thing.
Thanks a lot, Tom.
Yeah, and I don't remember how far after that it got into a conversation of collaborating together. But I mean, yeah, that was the point. Like, we wanted to meet each other because we both were building our own audiences, like, right? And to combine them, I was always with that. I was always down to collaborate because, hey, maybe my people see you, your people see me. And I really, you know, I liked key issues. I was at this point buying and selling and doing other things on Instagram that were unique and new. And I like to talk about comics. I have people like, you know, from Instagram from before YouTube, I still talk to this day. And we talk about the game. We talk about, can you believe this went for this? Or, you know, I'm getting this key. So I still like have a relationship with collecting keys, even though I was getting out of it at the time and getting into the statues and the omnibus stuff. But yeah, I remember that. And I don't know, did you tell them to hit me up?
I think I may have.
Okay, so you rated me.
Yeah, because like I had been watching your channel prior to you inviting me on. And I actually think, remember back in the day, I showed you and Russ, because Jeff wasn't even on the channel at this point, examples of other YouTubers who's
we had like a research day.
Yeah. And I took some time, like one day, I'm like, yo, I have this idea for a podcast. At the time, it was a podcast. I didn't even really know what I was going to do at the time. But I'm like, what I knew was I had some channels that I really messed with. Like, I really liked your channel, and I really liked Eris's channel, Variant Comics, who's also a good friend of the show. Mm-hmm. And I showed those videos to you and Russ, and I was like, yo, look what these guys are doing. They're putting effort into their production. They're serving the community that we're a part of. And also, they're like real people, you know? Right. And your channel specifically was so real that there was more examples from your channel than Eris's, solely because you're talking about comics and then also the, you know, unboxing and the collectible and the stuff in-house.
And you're into that. You're into the collectible aspect of CGC.
I watch it for fun.
And small stats, exactly. And you know what's funny about Eris? I watched his video before I even was on Instagram, I think. I think I was at work, and somebody was saying anti-venom, and I was like, who the hell's an anti-venom? I had just got back into reading. I think I was reading Remender's Venom run. That's one of the first runs I picked up getting back to comics, and Dan Slott's Spider-Man was going on during that time as well. So I was like, who the hell's anti-venom? I put it in Google, a video came up, and it was Variant, right?
Algorithm, baby, that's how that works.
And I was like, and that was a really good video. And this has got to be like 2014 or something.
Dude, they've been doing it like maybe 10 years now. One of the godfathers of comic book channels.
For all I knew, that was like what comic book channels were. They always had a professional appearance with good production, and it was very informative, and pictures would fly across the screen. And I learned who Anti-Venom was by watching that video, and then I would eventually read that run and all that kind of stuff, and have the first appearance and collect. You know, I was always a very compulsive collector. I got the statue, got the first appearance, I read the comic book and all that stuff. But yeah, so shout out to Eris. Where were we going with that?
Ryan was asking the first time that we connected. Mm-hmm. And with that said, we would become friends soon after that conversation on your YouTube channel. Because I would kind of make my debut to the Geminites via like a really minor interview.
Oh, so we did like a live show thing. Yeah, I was doing a lot of live shows, and I was always experimenting with the channel. Let's do guests online. Let's get this guy on. Let's get this guy on. So I think I told you, hey, the best thing for us to collaborate is just do it live together.
Well, I have a confession, Gem. That first interview, which would have become friends afterwards, henceforth, days prior, I would have gone on the second date with someone I had met off a dating app. And on the second date, which we kind of hit it off, and I was very excited about, meeting this new person.
Right.
I would tell them, hey, I can't hang out tomorrow. I'm actually doing a show on YouTube. It's this guy named GemMint from GemMintCollectibles. I'm very excited about it. And this is like in the early stages of YouTube stuff. So, the first time I'm ever communicating to someone I'm just meeting that, oh yeah, I do like stuff on YouTube, content about comic books and things like that.
Yeah.
So I was hyping up that interview. And after that interview, I would get ghosted.
Wow, that's the biggest surprise I've ever heard in my life.
Did she watch the interview? Was that the reason why?
I don't know, but I have a feeling that there was maybe oh yeah, this guy's a YouTuber, and and it's like I have a lot of confidence, so like maybe there was let's go like see what it's like. I'm on this like webcam. Talking
low budget, low quality. I don't remember that being too exciting. I think I had somebody else even on there, and we were just talking about whatever. It wasn't anything like memorable, but I'm sorry that may have led to that ghost.
Well, it would be start a friendship with you, and then
maybe in order for us
what happened, comic fam, I don't know.
In order for us to build a friendship, that person couldn't be in the mix.
It couldn't be part of it.
The universe was like, you know what? This
balance.
is not,
I see
balance,
it.
baby.
That's what happens, right?
As all things should be.
Perfectly balanced.
Book has hit $20. Let off the gas, comic fan, unless you're really gunning for some jackfruit goodness.
$75 cover price on this, don't overbid, but if somebody wants it, we got it.